Hi and welcome to Abbey Adventures. My name is Trish Abbey and this is our 2014 Thor Freedom Elite 24-foot motorhome. And I'm going to go over with you all the main functions of outside as well as the inside to make your checkout day most expeditious so we can get you on your way. So pay attention in the video and write down any questions that you may have so we can go over them when we see you in person. So we'll start here and we'll work our way around. This is the plug when you're plugging into what we call shore power when you're plugging in. And this is the end of the plug here. So it is a 30 amp. And if you need to plug into a home, you happen to be visiting a home, or here's 110, so you just slip that onto the cord there. This usually will stay locked. That's the only way it will close when traveling. You can pull through the cord here and then just snap it down, so all you have is keeps it nice and clean. This is your refrigerator. Don't need to worry about that. Refrigerator is fueled by propane. This is hot water. This down here is your propane. Let me get out of the picture here. This is where you refill the propane. And let me grab the key here for a second. So all of the outside compartments, here are the keys. All of the outside compartments are opened with the small silver key. The door to the rig on the house part of the rig, and not the cab, is opened with this rounded black top key. And then of course your ignition and doors are open by a traditional Chevy vehicle key. Okay, and let me see. Here you're going to open, and so it's locked. So we use this silver key to provided you have it the right direction. Oh, sorry, not the propane, that's the generator. So don't need anything that it can stay locked. Again, just twist to lock. Okay. This is where you fill your water. If you're going to be out and about and need to have water, simply fit your hose in there. Hose is kept underneath in the main storage and is only used for filling the rig. It's a white hose, and we'll show it later. Here we work our way around the cab. These are great side mirrors here. These are very helpful. Working around the front. In there, of course, the engine, oil, all that. Should have had it open, but I don't. Working our way around here. We do have a functional awning. It is electric, so it is operated by a push of a button inside, and we'll get to that. Here we have some more areas here. So here is the actual propane. And so take it, they'll fill it here. And then those are just the meters there. So everything that's run on propane in this rig, got a little dirt in here. Everything that's run on propane, of course, your the stovetop, the refrigerator when it's not running on electric, and the heater. Those all run on propane. The generator runs on the fuel from the engine, so it runs on unleaded. This here is for holding your door open so that it doesn't flop around. Just latch it there. So when you are running the generator or are plugged into what we call shore power, you have a couple of outside plugs here. Can come in handy. And this is your large storage bay. It accesses the storage, and it is underneath the large bed in the back. Again, it's locked with the silver key. 2 latches there. We'll open it up. All of these doors around the rig have these little locks that just, not locks I should say, little holders that flip out and will hold the door. So you just flip it up and latch the door behind it. You're good to go. So here we have a large storage bay. Really could put bicycles in it if you want to. We do provide you with 4 camping chairs. You can see them back there. Nice little added storage. This is the table that comes with it, and underneath all of these are storage areas. So you can compartmentalize your storage. Under this table there's storage as well. And here's the hose I was referring to. Inside with the hose is a pressure regulator. So when you're hooked up, sometimes, like I said, we call it city water, where you're hooked up, you know, for the night in a motorhome park, this will help to reduce the pressure. Sometimes the pressure is a little much for the motorhome to handle. So when in doubt, just go ahead and hook this up to the end of the hose. Okay, and moving on around back, here is another access to the same storage. It is locked at this time, but again, here's the little clips I was talking about for holding that. There we go. There is a ladder, and it's there for our benefit of checking the roof and stuff, so please do not access the roof. There's no need for anybody to access the roof. Rare occasions there might be some, but it's very few and far between. Okay, then we'll get around here to everyone's favorite part of renting a motorhome. Well, first of all, we'll start here. This is, don't do this, you don't go anywhere. You should start off with a full tank of gas. It is a little angled, you can see it. So we've had some complaints, some concerns. If you kind of hold it upside down, you can't just set it and let it go. It doesn't work. It's kind of nice, but this one you have to hold while filling. And then this, the favorite part of everyone's tour, the sewer outlet connection. So here, I will open the door and latch it. Definitely one you want to latch, don't want to be fighting that. Okay, so here is the apparatus. So your black water is that which comes from the toilet and toilet only. And then your gray water is what comes from the sinks and the shower. So, and these handles are operated by just pulling out. Okay, so let's show you the other part that you need. So in order to dump, you remove the hose. The hose is discreetly hidden in the bumper. So you just take that cover off the end of the bumper and you pull this out. This end latches into, let's see, sorry. This end latches in to this right here. So you can see, you take the cap off. There we go. Oh. Yeah. And then you hook this up inside. this just, you can see, latches on just like the cap does. Then when you're dumping, you always want to dump the black water first, ickiest water first. Okay, so you pull that out. It gets towards the end, then you pull this one out. That way the gray water, yeah, kind of flushes things out. So you want to run extra water down the toilet just to help clean everything out. Make sure there's enough liquids to kind of clean everything out. All right, so then when you're done, hose it out, make sure everything's closed, put the lid back on, and replace this hose back into the back wiper. Real simple like that. And then make sure to replace the cap when you're done. But for time's sake, we'll just move right around. We already have our door open here. Okay. We have some buttons here. This first one is for the awning. So this first one we need to look at. This will be on. So I've just reactivated the battery. If you accidentally kick this, it'll turn everything off and you'll say, oh, okay. You don't get any power to absolutely anything, then you know you've kicked that button. Here we have the awning. And at the touch of the button, it slides out. Okay, so just hold the button until it is done extending, and there you go. These other buttons for the porch light. There we go. And then this is for those two lights on the ceiling. So kind of your two main house lights. Okay. So stove, pretty self-explanatory. Hit to turn it to light. Then you have the little one that says spark. And that usually the first click turns it over. You do have a light and a hood fan. Microwave, self-explanatory. You either have to be running the generator or be plugged in to shore power for it to run. Most all of your lights here have a toggle switch for off and on. Okay, sink, have to have your water pump or be hooked into the shore water for it to operate. AC and heater run off the thermostat. Again, AC is just like the microwave, must either have the generator going or be plugged into shore power for the AC to operate. It just draws too much power. Commode, traditional commode, actually is porcelain commode. You want to flush, of course. We got the sink, the shower, pretty traditional operation for that. We do have a vent fan. It will act as a whole house fan for sucking the air out. Refrigerator, set it to auto and away you go. It'll switch back and forth between gas and electric, and you don't have to worry about it. Set it to however cold you want it. It does run really cold. This is your dinette that turns into a bed. Should you desire to use it as a bed, you simply lift up on the tabletop and remove that pole. Then the tabletop sits down onto the runners here on either side. And then this cushion that's conveniently hiding behind here sits on top of the tabletop, and you have your completed bed. There's your cab. Again, this is your cab, bunk over cab. And you just simply place this down into place and it completes the bed in this area here. This is the curtain, the privacy curtain for blocking out all the light and all the looky-loos that might stare into your motorhome while you're sleeping or away. It's Velcro all across the top. The whole thing is Velcro. And so it attaches to all these little black Velcro spots that run around the top of the cab. So underneath the sun visor, underneath the other sun visor, there's a couple. And then it goes back on around here to this side. So those black dots are the Velcro dots for hanging the privacy curtain. Television is right here. It's not a smart TV, but it does have a built-in DVD player. It does swivel out. You have to pull the unlock. So if you pull this, it unlocks it. Kind of a two-hand operation. And so when you unlock it, it'll fully pull out. Again, probably a two-handed operation. You can see the lock here. So I've unlocked it, and then it can swivel out and go as far out as you want. And then the last thing, and probably one of the more important things, is all of your controls for checking your level of all your tanks and your battery, fresh water, black water, your propane gas. So don't need to worry about tank heaters. Water pump, here's how you get your pressure. You hear it building up pressure there. Here's your water heater, LP gas. If you're not plugged in, 110. If you are plugged in. So just push these buttons. So your LP gas is 2/3, and that's all it'll ever say because it leaves room for expansion. So your battery is full. Your fresh water is empty. Your black water, it is empty. Sometimes the sensors get blocked. And then your gray is empty as well. This is your generator. Push up to start. Give it about 4 or 5 seconds and it catches. There you go. And so remember, use generator. If your batteries get low, if you need to run the AC and you're not plugged in, or the microwave and you're not plugged in, anytime you need to get a little extra power. If you want to use any of the electrical outlets, the only electrical outlets in the whole rig are here by the door, and then in the bathroom connected to the vanity. So, all right, that is the end of the show. Hope I didn't bore you too much. Plenty of storage, all kinds of over-the-bed storage. There's a storage closet with some storage drawers underneath. All this is open storage. Some storage even up on the bed top, long beds, extra long beds, so the TV does not interfere with foot area. So if you have any questions, please write them down and feel free to contact us. Thank you very much.